This would have been one of those games you must own for yourself. There are some games you rent and there are some games you buy. I think, to me, this would have been one of those games you'll buy. That in a sports game. I feel like I'm playing Beta Dracula X too. Said it before, I'm gonna say it again. This game's gonna be fucking huge though. Alright, the goal is to get to Alucard. And the boss right after. Maybe Cypher. I think Cypher is before Grant? I don't know. But the sooner I finish this, the sooner I get to Type 0. I'm gonna make Resident Evil Revelations until I finish, of course. It's too fucking hot, so I'm just gonna stream while I'm relaxing here in the fucking fan's face. Yeah, man, it's hot. It gets hot. Too early. Been playing Hot Shots Golf. It's kind of cool because, well, I mean, I find it adorable, but if you hit the ball too soon, you get a little bunny icon. If you hit it a little too late, you get the turtle icon. And I say it's cute because, like, I was about to say, damn, I was a little too bunny right now. As in, I was a little too quick. And that game is kind of fun. Well, I mean, I love golfing games. I don't know why, honestly. Like, golf, like, most people would say sport games. You don't do jack shit in them. Unless it's like the fucking cookie ones like NFL Blitz, but I used to play like a bunch of sports in my youth until I became like, until I got into 10th grade high school, or grade school, I guess. That's when I stopped playing sports for the most part. A lot of my life changed once I started playing MMOs. Fucking MapleStory and shit. Which is why I miss out on a lot of games. I remember emulating older games and shit, but then MapleStory came along. And then World of Warcraft came along, holy shit. Anyways. Did I even get points for using that? Infinity Spawn. I don't like the mummies from that one stage with Alucard. I'd have to get Alucard. But yeah, their points are not that great. A little bit too soon on that one. A little bit too bunny on that one, rather. I can't help but think of one of these OC remixes for this song. That's when I first heard this track was from an OC remix. But that intro, man, that shit's just too awesome. For some reason I thought there'd be like a invisible block higher up, but then if that were the case, it would just break off, fall down, not all the way to the ground, but the point where you can't grab it. I'm also wondering if in the animation for Castlevania, if they're gonna introduce pot roast on the wall or something, like as a quick sight gag. Because they use okay, stopwatch. They use some form of comedy for that. So I'm just wondering. Gotta take the hit. I think that candle's a trap. A little off. I think you can grab that candle and run back and manage, but I don't know. The hearts, that's where the points are at. I'm gonna continue the down path too because I'm gonna want to replay this later on. So just to recap, I don't really know much about this game other than the lore and whatever angry video game nerd has talked about or shown off. This has definitely been one of those games that I've been wanting to get to play for like a long while, but I was so enticed with the Castlevania games at the time because Symphony of the Night was my shit back then, but so was the original. I never really got into Castlevania 4 that much, but Castlevanias until Aria of Sorrow was my shit. And then the DS games came, I'm like, hey, you know what, this is better. I didn't really like the Aria games, but honestly, I didn't like that whole soul collecting thing because it just made grinding unnecessary to me. And I just hate grinding in any video game. It's just... Circle of the Moon had like a similar problem, but it wasn't that bad. And I never used the exploit. I didn't even know there was an exploit. But like, whatever you got you didn't really need, it just did help. So, yeah. Also, to mention that I think Nathan, or Nathaniel, he is not in the Castlevania timeline. I hate this fucking part. Ah, it's too late. Oh, well, at least I kill it. Fucking owls, man. They're more worse than Medusa. Goddamn whip delay. See, if I were playing this as a kid, from like fucking 5 to 15, maybe 17, I would have been like, I need to make sure I don't get hurt at this area at all. So I'd be one of those type of people like, I suck, I can never do it without getting hurt, but then I make it a challenge to make sure I can do it without getting hurt. And that's the way you gotta see things, especially if you want to do some good runs. Like, Turtles in Time. I would be like, personally not be allowed to waste more than 1 life by the time I got to, what's it called? Neon Knight Riders? The level right after Neon Knight Riders. Which is near the very end, but like, I'd be like... Well, at first it'd be the first teleport, back in time scenario. Where you fight the, clay golems. But then it became to Neon Knight Riders because I had trouble with... Remember, I was like 6 years old, give or take. I had trouble with fucking Krang, Super Shredder, and other Krang. Damn, he did it on his own. The game just locks you in the wonky moment. After this boss is gonna be Alucard, I believe, because he's boss 3. When he becomes fat as fuck. Alright, the frogs. So close. These are not as bad as the owl, so. Although they pop out randomly, they're more controlled in their movements. Oh, there. Well, I can still recover it all. Okay, that came out of nowhere. I will take that. There'd be like a false break around here. 55 hearts, holy shit. Alright, I didn't beat the level yet, beat the boss, so it's collective right now. I think it was another pot roast down here. Or wall turkey, I think it was called. Pot roast is another game, I think. Ah, lame. I technically touched the bat before the charm. I forgot what it's called. I never knew what it's called until fucking Dracula X, but even then. That. I'm just gonna get knocked back and die. Ah! I should have backed up. Oh, I had 3 by the time I fought him. I don't know how I got 3. I'm gonna die. I refuse to die. Okay, I got this. That's some bullshit right there. Saw that, right? It's like, just gonna say here, you can't hit me at all. You got no diagonals here, Trevor. That's reserved for Simon. So Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4, and Castlevania are the same, right? They both turn into Simon's Quest, technically, because one's a remake.